Ladies and gentlemen, and everyone else in between, welcome back to my Elden Ring playthrough. Okay, let me just get set up here, make sure we're good to go. Okay, so this is my second day recording. This is the day after episode 1 aired, and unfortunately I'm back at work now after my Christmas and New Year break. I had a lovely 11 days off, enjoyed a nice Christmas, saw the family, saw friends, all of that caboodle. But I can't lie, all of this was on my mind whilst all of that was going on. And as I was working today, from home, might I add, on the very same computer where I'm recording this stuff now, I was just thinking to myself the whole time, I want to be recording. I don't want to be I don't want to be working. I want to be making Elden Ring content. So anyway, I finished work now. It's kind of late. It's like almost 10 o'clock here in the evening, but time waits for no man or woman. So we are back, and we're going to jump right back into the game. I'm all prepared. I've turned off the lights. I've got the lamps on. I've set the ambiance ready for our little adventure to continue. In fact, I've even poured myself a little drinky poo, which happens to be a port on this occasion. For anyone that doesn't know, it's actually could probably be described as an old grandma drink. But I like it. I like it because I got into it over Christmas actually. Because my brother had some and he gave some to me, and I was like, oh, that's actually pretty good. It's called a tawny port. So I've only ever had ruby port before, which is like I think it's aged for less time in the barrel, and so it has the flavour is less in depth. It's sweeter, it's more sickly. So I think my experience of port, which is also a fortified wine, it's called, up until that point was kind of like, ugh, yeah, I'm not going near that stuff. But no, this one's a tawny port. It's aged for longer. It's more mature, more full-bodied flavour. Very delicious. So yeah, let me have a sip of that before we get going here with the Joker. It's good stuff. Okay, right. From the last episode, I recall, because I looked over my footage to make sure that everything was fine and dandy, and I noticed a couple of things that I'd missed. Heaven forbid, what am I doing? Can't even play Elden Ring right. I'm trying to make a fucking video about it, right? So, these ruins over here, I missed a very important item in the cellar, because I didn't go into the cellar. I just kind of killed all the enemies and then went on my merry way down the road to talk to Bok. So let me look in here, actually. I don't think there's an item in here, but we'll have a look anyway. No, all good. Actually, give me a second here. I'm just going to put my monitor up because I'm bending my neck down. Back health is very important, boys and girls. Okay. So yeah, I'm actually really excited to be back. I missed it, even though it's only been like 24 hours. As usual, someone has to rain on my parade. Don't tell me not to live, just sit and para. Sorry, I do love a bit of Barbara. Okay, the whole gang's here. Do you know what? I'm just gonna ignore them. I choose to ignore their existence, and I'm just gonna go down into the little cellar to get my item that I missed, like a noob. There we go. I always check on the left because I know one of these ruins has an item on the left there hiding away. So look here. We've got an Asher Wall, which is kind of neither here nor there. The important thing is whetstone. So this allows us to put more attributes on top of our Ashes of War when we connect them to one of our weapons. So we have the option to put, with this one, I think it tells you actually, give me a sec. Let me just find it. There it is. Whetstone. Ashes of War, Site of Grace. Oh, you can use it as Site of Grace. There you go. Battle arts and affinities will depend on the Ashes of War used. So you find various whetstones throughout the world, and they increase your repertoire of attributes that you can put onto your weapons, such as fire damage, poison damage, bleeding damage, all that sort of stuff. So they are very important to find. So that is why I went back to that one especially. Now, there's one other thingy I missed, and that was at the, I think it's called Waypoint Ruins. 1 second. Yep. I actually don't know what this item is, but I saw a little item above the flower that we slaughtered. I know I could just teleport there, but why not? We can just go on a ride. I've never noticed those skeletons hanging there before. It's actually quite depressing. Anyway. Yeah, I know I'm gonna come back to this bridge and kill the boss that spawns at night time. Don't you worry your pretty little heads. So yes. Oh, and these fucking trolls that I was trying to talk about yesterday, like, I remember I got myself in a bit of a tongue twister trying to figure out how to fucking describe the lore about them. It's like, yeah, they have a face in their body, and it represents a certain god of fire that is blasphemous towards the Golden Order. Or they used to have one there anyway. Right, here it is, look. So if you jump from here, I assume we can just pick this up. It is 4 flowers. For God's sake. Well, at least now we know, and at least now you know that you can completely ignore it and just carry on with the game, because I don't think I've ever used those flowers in any crafting recipe ever. Goodness me. Well, there you go. That's why we're here to learn and experiment. Okay, this guy hobbling along, I'll take care of him. And do you know what? While we're here, we'll do the lake soon. We will do the lake. I'm going to come up to this little bit, these ruins, because there are a couple goodies, but especially there is... Sorry, I'm regurgitating this port now. It's probably not the best idea to drink it while I'm streaming, but hey-ho, Sooty and Co. So these ruins up here, there is a special item, one of a kind, that we would like, and especially important if you are a sorcerer. Hang on, there is this as well. This is a starlight shard. You'll find these wherever you see these weird sort of satellite dishes. I think it's probably supposed to be a moon dial. Excuse me. You'll find those starlight shards. They do respawn eventually, but they are worth picking up because you can use them to replenish your FP. If you are a sorcerer, they're quite useful. But also you want to hang on to a few, because a merchant uses them as a currency slightly later in the game. So, something else to be aware of. Right. So if you go up here, if you approach from the front, these guys can actually be a bit of a pain in the ball bag. So I would recommend taking them out. And we just got the Royal House scroll. So that is a scroll that can be given to certain NPCs. You see what I mean about being annoying? You see what I mean, guys? Anyway, let me get up here. Twat. Fucking twat. Fucking... There we go. What was I saying? I was saying something. Oh yeah, the scroll. You give it to Selen, the witch. Or, I believe, you can give it to at least 2 other NPCs in the game. I know one of them is the Turtle Bishop, or Tortoise Bishop, that you will find later in the game, who is in a church. Delightful man. Thankfully nothing to do with the real Catholic Church in the real world. Let me just take him out. I'm actually out of green. I'm just attacking like an imbecile without managing my green. Oh, good. There we go. Oh, they just killed... Oh, I died! My apologies. Here we go, we've got a Stake America, so we can just get straight back in there. So do you know what? Yeah, I'm going to kill those sorcerers. Hang on, let me just get my bearings. One sec. Here we are, yeah. I'm going to go kill those sorcerers, and then I'm going to get off Torrent and fight those guys mano a mano. So, let's go take you out, please, mister. Thank you. Also, I do want to replace this weapon as soon as possible. I can't be doing with it. It's okay, it's just it's not powerful enough, it's not big enough. And also, when I do get my bigger sword, I know how effective it is on Torrent for taking out multiple guys at once. So, here we go. Let's try this again without sucking. Guy behind me. But yeah, I'm back at work now, unfortunately. It's probably the same for many of you out there who are of the working age, or if you're even more unfortunate, you're a student and you are stuck at university or college, wherever you're at. So I feel your pain, although I couldn't think of anything worse than being back in education. I couldn't think of a worse scenario in my life, because I absolutely hated it. And part of the reason I hated it was actually because of my own shortcomings, because, one second, I used to, and to a certain extent still do, suffer from social anxiety disorder. And I think that's probably one of the reasons why I was so inhibited from doing YouTube for so long, because I was anxious. I was anxious about everything and everyone, and I didn't know how to approach situations in life and deal with people and talk to people. And now it's like, trust me, when you get to my age, and I won't tell you my age exactly, but let's just say we're towards the back end of the 20s, and my age might also not be in the 20s. So there's your hint. There you go, you wanker. That's for killing me earlier when I was trying to talk to all my lovelies. There we go. Right. So there's a chest down here. So yeah, social anxiety, mental illness isn't fun. It's not fun because the great épée, French rapier thrusting weapon. Not my thing, but if you like it, go for it. Yeah, mental health. I know. I mean, I've been on the internet for a while. I've seen other people who struggle. I've seen comments in YouTube and on forums and on Twitter and on websites. It's like it's more rampant than you think, and it's not necessarily a few isolated cases. And the sooner the world realizes that, ouch. You see there, my flask heals my horse a little bit. I'll just show you. There. My flask isn't very good at the moment, so right, there's a grace here. Well, is that mushroom? Yeah. Yeah, it's kind of a... Well, it's less of a taboo these days, thankfully, but the world still has some catching up to do. And it would be nice if everyone kind of had, similar opportunities to do things. Here we go. Melania, what do you have to say, please? Is it the round table?
Me?
Oh no, sorry.
Searching for my purpose, given to me by my mother inside the earth tree, long ago, for the reason that I yet live, burned and bodiless.
I'm in me mum's car.
There is something for
Boom,
which
boom.
I must apologize.
Sorry, I couldn't resist.
I've acted the finger maiden, yet can offer no guidance. I am no maiden. My purpose was long ago lost.
Irrelevant, Melania. You've got a new purpose. You've got me.
Shall I turn your rune? Let my hand.
Don't know how many runes I've got. Okay, we can do one.
Your thoughts.
My
Your
dreams.
The principles you would follow.
My very soul. Do you know what? I'm just going to bump up strength a little bit more because I want to make sure that I can use that weapon when I get it, because Sooner I can get rid of this fucking drumstick, the better. Alright, so I'm not going to mess with those guys. Up there is a what's called a gale. No, I'm kidding. It's actually called a jail. It's with a G for some reason. There is a boss in there. There are several throughout the world. They are an optional boss that you can fight to get some goodies. He's actually quite difficult in there at the moment. Oh shit, I forgot about this dude. Ha! Okay, so there are some... oh my goodness. There's some mimics. People who are disguised as different beings in the world. So this is our first room bear. A nightmare incarnate. But just watch out for the dodges. That's his worst attack right there. That is by far his worst attack. The little fucking shoulder barge that he does at you. Right, here we go. I should stagger him soon. I mean, at this stage, they're not too threatening, I would say. Killed him for me, thank you. There we go. Now, with these guys, I'd actually recommend when you stagger them, just wailing on them. Don't go for the crit. You'll actually do more damage. Oopsie daisy. By just attacking them. When they're down. Hit a man while he's down. Nice try, bitch. Okay, we're getting there. I'm going to heal up. There it is, the old shoulder barge. Oh, this is bad. No, this is bad now. Oh, he just killed that horse. Ah! I thought he did. I thought he killed the horse. I twa putty cat. Okay. Right, now the horse is dead, and he's dead. Thank you. Yes, you'll see that they're a bit of a health sponge. Hang on. Oh, that fucking shitty attack. Oh, you hit me while I was down. Where are my iframes, bitch? There we go. And dodge, and attack, and hit. This is what you get for having a level 0 weapon. Now, we should get something from him called a larval tear. There we go. That's an important and valuable item. I believe I don't know if they can actually be farmed. I think there's only a certain amount in the game. They are for respeccing your character later on, so they're highly important. There's actually more of those mimic guys around the world, and I'll try to point them out, although I forgot about him, didn't I? I'll try to point them out as I go along. I got the chest there, yeah, right. Okay. There's a siren going off outside, but I've got a limiter and compressor on my mic, so I'm hoping that's not going to be picked up. I think we'll be okay. Okay, let me just see where we were up to. Yes, we're not doing the jail just yet, and that jail is actually linked to the NPC that was in these ruins here. So I think we'll do that when we speak to that guy later on. We've been up here. Oh, do you know what? Look, there's some little woods down here. I don't think there's anything of major importance, but we obviously want to go and see everything. Oh, look, there's a little camp here with a smoke signal. It reminds me of Breath of the Wild or something. Pretty standard in open world games, really, to use as a landmark. There we go. Excuse me. There's an NPC under there. We'll go talk to him soon-ish. Oh, there's a battle here. Let's join him. Why not take advantage of them being distracted? You wanker. Thank you. Nice. Get whacked with my sword in your face. Come on, bitch. God. There we go. Oh, right. Right. Get these monkeys while they're distracted. Do you know why I keep turning away from them? Because I'm so used to killing enemies in one hit. When I have my sword on me. My big sword. Oh. That was a nice shot, wasn't it? You had one chance and you blew it. Okay. So there's little woods down here. There's more of these monkey dudes. There's more box down here. Okay. Right. Take these. Thank you. Yes, I'm not actually sure there's much here. There's like a couple of bits of loot. We'll just go and grab them quickly. I'm not too bothered in killing absolutely everything here, just because they give piddly souls, but, or runes, you know what I mean. Here we go, here's the loot. Take out big boy. Okay. And, do you know what? I will be honest with you guys as well. I mean, yesterday was, like, my first official video, but for a couple of days before that, you would not believe the stress and the fucking anguish that I've been going through trying to get everything to work. Oh my god, there is... I mean, the cost aside of trying to set up your rig to be able to stream shit, I mean, it's absolutely incredible. Like, no wonder there's only like a smattering of YouTubers that are actually successful. Because Jesus Christ, you need money, you need time, you need patience, you need skills that you don't know that you ever need until they, like, they're in your face and like, why aren't you working? And you're like, I need to try and figure out how to solve a Rubik's Cube just to get my fucking camera to turn on. And yeah, it's not fun, but it is worth it, I would say. Yeah, I'd actually filmed. It's actually quite excruciating, and I'm gonna try and be honest with you guys. I'd actually filmed a bit of footage, like at least a couple of hours worth of footage, before my first video yesterday. And it just wasn't good enough. It just wasn't good enough because I didn't know how to use OBS properly, which is partially my fault, you know. But at the same time, I'm ignorant, and you know, you kind of hope that these pieces of software will hold your dick a little bit, and you know, just give you some of the good stuff. But no, you've still got to put all the pieces together yourself. Ultimately, is, you know, you're the one that makes shit happen. So after some blood, sweat and tears, I did manage to get things up and running, and do you know what? I'm fairly happy with the first video, apart from my commentary, because I was actually really deflated when I was doing that video yesterday. I hope it doesn't come across in my too much in my speaking, but because I'd already filmed it, I'd already filmed everything, like up until that point already. It's like, I'm having to do all this again. I was happy with what I'd already done, and I'm having to put it in the recycle bin. It's like, But you know what? Now I'm happy. Now I know that I have to stream at a slightly higher quality. I have to, and thankfully my computer can handle it. Not 4K though. Jesus Christ! I tried to do 4K, and it was like using a Steam engine. Okay, do you know what? While we're here, if you remember our little trick that I showed you last episode, that you can jump down into a spirit spring and use it as a cushion. There you go. Ta-da! So, the reason we come down here is because there's a guy, first of all. He looks more threatening than he is, so don't worry too much about this man. We can just very easily stunlock him. Although whoopsies! So he's got something called gravity magic, which is what all that purple nonsense is. There he goes, he's pretty much done, and that's it. Extremely easy. So I remember the first time I saw him, he's like some sort of big dark elf. I was like, he's like 8 feet tall and like menacing, and then you blow on him and he's like, oh, please don't hurt me. Anyway, so if you will recognize here, look, you recognize that? I'm not going to tell you where it is. You should know. You should be paying attention. This, though, this is the talisman that gives you holy resistance, which is, it's useful, I would say, in the more of the second half of the game. Okay, So some of the areas you go to, there will be creatures that rely more on holy damage. So you will be, in fact, mild spoilers, the final couple of bosses in the game pretty much just do holy damage, so that will be extremely useful later in the game. Not that particular talisman, there are stronger versions, but you know what I mean. That attribute will be important later. Now, oh yes, here we are, look. So this is the entrance to the lake. And just to my left should be Mr. Colander Hat, or Mr. Drain Cleaner Hat, or you get the picture. It's quite impressive, actually. Now, before I talk to him, a bit of not so much lore, but just intrigue. I believe his voice actor, if anyone knows, in the UK there was a show called It's a Sin about the AIDS virus. It was a drama about that. I believe this guy is the voice of the main character's dad in that, who's a bit of a homophobe. So yeah, so I didn't know up until, like, you know, not so long ago. So here we go.
You must be the new Tarnished. You do well to steer clear of Agil Lake, fledgling. A dragon roosts there, and it's as fearsome as it is majestic. So, unless you're mad or wish to be burned alive,
Oh, I'm quite mad.
stay clear of the lake.
And I've already been burned alive several times in this game, so I'm kind of with it now. So yeah, he's got a wonderful gritty voice, and immediately I can already think of a line later that I love, where he goes, well, how does he go? "Let chaos take the world!" He says that later on, and it's quite hilarious. Anyway, sorry, that was a mild spoiler as well, but I did warn you, there's going to be spoilers, because we played this game before. It's been out for almost a year, so that's just something you're going to have to get used to. So this is a hidden cellar here. This is the ruins that actually has 2 cellars in it. This is one of them. Now, I missed this the first time I played the game, which was incredibly heartbreaking, because it's actually an interesting weapon, and you'll see why. Look there. So any Dark Souls 2 fans, this is a twin blade. Very good weapon. It is actually what I use as my main secondary weapon in the game. I don't necessarily like this one too much, because I think it's more of a dex focused weapon, but there is a twin blade in the game that scales better with strength, called the Gargoyle Twin Blade, that you get like halfway through the game. So that is what I'm going to be looking out for. Is that a dog? No, it's a trunk. God, I need to get a grip. Oh shit! Sorry, I was distracted then. I heard talking. Down, boy. Right, let's listen a sec. Oh, listen. Did you hear? Feral flame of Agil burn true. I never even knew these guys spoke. That's amazing. Well, I guess you learn something new every day. I'm disturbed in now. Wow. So they're talking about the creature that's that resides in this lake. Oh, for fuck's sake. Second. Nope. Try again. He's even got a little collar on, look. So yeah, that was cool. That was interesting. I haven't heard that before. Wow. So, checking here. Oh, well, there's a mangy rat. Excuse me. Oh look, stone sword key. So, yeah, that was one of the starting items or gifts that you could get at the beginning of the game. And we just found one there. No, thank you. There's a doggy. you. Right, and the second cellar is here. Now, before I go in there, there is something I just want to quickly grab. I think there is a Jesus statue. Yes, there we go. I'll get that. So, let's go grab this item in here. Don't need those, God. Had enough of those fucking lilies for one day. Oh, there's more rats. Take these out. So, interestingly, about rats, apart from being able to kill you. Oops. Rats in this game drop rune arcs. It's a rare drop, but they do drop them. Not this time. But yeah, I say in this game, it's actually the same across all Souls games. The rats, for some reason in those games, drop humanity or the version of humanity in the respective game. Whoopsies, what just happened? Oh my goodness. So, yes, I didn't want to spoil a little surprise for you. This is basically the game's version of a mimic chest. So whilst it doesn't hurt you per se, you are going to be transported to a magical different place. Look at this. I'll just let you soak that in for a second while I check that I'm still recording okay and not going to cry and pull my hair out. Okay, good. So, welcome. Welcome to the Crystal Cave of Madness. So, if I show you on the map where we are... Oh my god, what happened? Yeah, you can see we've been teleported across the fucking world. Now, when I first came here, oh my god, I'm sure it's the same for everyone who first had their little excursion to this place. Like, it was very scary and jarring. But here we are now, look, we've got to survive. This guy up here is the main problem in this cave. There's a couple of them. They shoot these projectiles at you, which are basically an aimbot, and very difficult to avoid. So, what we're going to do is, we're going to ignore him, we're going to grab our loot, and we're going to run. And just run this way. Ignore the miners, they won't bother you. Run, 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 run. Oh, I can hear him, I can hear him. There! I knew it, I could feel it coming in my bones. So that jizz that just got fired at us was from Mr. Centipede guy up there. So, once we get past that, we're safe. Look, here we go. So when you've been ensnared in a transporter trap, as they're called, you are stuck until you rest at a grace site. You can't teleport out. Also, you can't, generally speaking, you can't teleport out of dungeons that you haven't completed either. So that's something to bear in mind too. So, but once we leave here, now that we've rested at a grace site, and we come out into the hellscape. Look at this. Oh, the horror. The Scarlet Rot. Yes. Now, it is tempting to explore this. I know I did it myself when I first came here. My advice to you would be don't. In fact, we will be nipping back here shortly to go and get the weapon that I desire. But for now, I would recommend not doing this because there are some tougher enemies here. And there's a big horrible swamp where you get inflicted with a nasty status effect. So, avoid at all costs. There is a map there if you're feeling lucky, kid. Anyway, we should be able to teleport now. No, can't teleport. Did I actually not rest? I may not have rested. You do need to rest at the good old bump to reset your snare. There we go. Now while I'm here, can I level up? No. Okay. I'm actually happy with our leveling at the moment. Things are looking up a bit. And then once we get our new weapon, our big fat juicy sword, we will be good anyway. Right, there we go. We can teleport away now. And we'll go back to where we were. Here, look. Yeah, do you know what? We'll go do this lake. Actually, no. Bad advice, Josh. Bad advice. We're not going to do the lake yet. What we're going to do is, because I don't want to do the lake because there is a tougher enemy there. I don't want to do the lake until I have that weapon that I mentioned briefly before. So what we're going to do instead is come down to this little beach. Now you may remember in the last episode we rescued Bok, the seamster. Well, he's not called the seamster yet, but he will be soon. There's supposed to be a troll around here. Sorry, that's what I'm looking for. So there's a little cave down here on the beach. I've just got Nicki Minaj in my head for some reason. That's never a good thing. Here we go. Has he got a skull in his chest? Or is that just his sternum? I think it's just his sternum, all gnarled and crushed. So, this guy is a bit tough, a bit tougher. Just got his stomps are actually his main threat here because they come out a bit quicker than you think. Now, do you know what? I'm actually going to avoid doing a critical attack because we just got more damage than a critical attack would have done anyway. Because their head is extremely weak to damage. Now you'll see in a second he's going to do something. He's going to reach phase 2. He's going to pull out his sword, which means get out of the way. He's almost done. In fact, he's probably going to fall over in a second. Oops, I missed. There we go. He's done. Heal up. There. Get trolled, troll. So yeah, it's mainly their stomp attacks that are the most annoying because they stagger you and then he has a chance to hit you with his big fat sword. So, onto the beach each. Let's go get a word. Get away? Get away, I think. So if you look here, this little sparkly. That's what that is. It's a hidden scarab. So I don't think I mentioned last episode, scarabs are basically the equivalent of crystal lizards from the Souls games. So generally speaking, apart from those ones, they will run away from you and your job is to catch them before they disappear. Now, this guy is not an NPC. I'm sure many people will think that he is as they approach him because he seems all tranquil and calm looking out at the sea or into the sun like Salah. If only I could be so grossly incandescent. Right. Puffins, we ignore those. In fact, they're more like flying penguins. Very weird. They're not scared of me. Maybe it's the smile on our face. Right, here we go. Hentai monster. We'll just take off those tentacles. And you hit it in the beak a few times, and you can do this. And this is how you will do the majority of your damage. Unless you are a mage, because they are very weak to magic when you hit them in the face. Otherwise, just rinse and repeat. Smile and wave, boys. Smile and wave. And you get its ovary. So, in fact, well, not necessarily, but we can kind of call it a girl because it has an ovary. But that's not necessarily applicable to everyone's situation, so maybe not. Let's just call them a them. There we go. No, oh god, I thought that was a bird. Right. So yes, big creepy hentai tentacle octopus. And if any of you know what hentai is, you're a very naughty boy, and you shouldn't. As I thrust my stick into the orifice of this grotesque creature. There you go. You've got to love an orifice. Right. Moving on. A group of, a gaggle of box here. Triple kill. There we go. Quadra-kill. Pentakill. Sorry. Anyone who plays League of Legends will know. They will know. Right. So we've passed the cave already that we're going to go to. But first, over here is a miserable fucking twat. So this guy is a bit of a dick. You don't want any trouble, but you're a merchant. So maybe work on your customer service a little bit, perhaps. Please, thank you. So I'm actually going to sell these because he sells a couple of things that I think we want. Yeah, we want these. Get those Titanite shards, always good to have. Cookbook. Yep, we'll get that. By the way, if you go into the description of a cookbook or a recipe book, it will show you what it makes. So this one is very important because it makes these green bollockses, which is good. We want those. Okay. Now, we just sell a bow as well, which can be useful. I'm just trying to think if I need one. I'm flipping through my encyclopedic knowledge of Elden Ring. I can't recall that we actually necessarily need a bow. We will at some point, because I like to have a bow. However, I like to get a certain bow in the game that is called the pulley bow. That's because it scales the best with strength. Now, this shield is actually interesting. This is, I believe it has the highest physical defense of any small shield in the game. And does it come with parry skill? No, I don't know. I don't think it does, sorry. But do you know what? How many souls do I have? Yeah, I'm going to get this, guys. I'm going to get that one. Because I like a shield with good defense, even though it's...
Well, the only way then.
Fuck off. Even though it's just going to be a small shield, mainly for parrying, that is my go-to small shield. Okay. Let's just nip over here. I think there's a spirit spring over there, yeah. Oh, there's a couple of slimes. Oh, do you know what? Look. This is one of the other reasons I carry a torch with me. These enemies are weak to fire. There, look. So if I try to hit it with my sword, second, dodge the attack, you will see that it barely does any damage. But if I switch to my torch, two-handed, there, look. So, we know this because all slimes in previous Souls games are weak to fire. So, guys, we've learned some transferable skills that we can take on into our Elden Ring adventure. There. As I wave aimlessly in the air. There we go. Another trick is if you're trying to aim where your weapon hits, ignore those skelly bros for now. So if I aim upwards, I will attack upwards. You can't really tell, but if I aim downwards, I will attack further down as well. So that is something if you're trying to hit an enemy that's higher up or lower down, just adjust your camera angle and you will swing more in that direction, which is good. Now, skellies. They're nothing compared to previous Souls games. They're very weak. But you will see what you have to... The catch is you have to hit them before they get back up. So, similar to some of the skeletons, for example, in Dark Souls 3, or similar to The Legend of Zelda as well, because I believe they're called, what are they, Stalfos skeletons. In that you have to blow them up with a bomb before they can get back up again. I get knocked down, but I'll get up again. You're never gonna keep me down. Sorry, I couldn't resist. I'm a very musical man, so I do apologise. Although you must hear me in the shower sometime. Like I absolutely kill it. God. Watch out, Simon Cowell. Right. There's our torch. So, oh, hang on. If I can learn how to use the game properly. So, our torch. This is another reason why I wanted it, so we can see in dark places. And you will hear the sweet and delightful suffering of bark here. No, I'm making fun of him, but he's actually, I think I've already said, he's the best NPC in the game. He's so lovely. And do you know what? I've decided. Everyone else says how Melania is like, oh, it's their waifu or Rani. Do you know what I'm going to decide? Bok is going to be our hubby. That's what I've decided. Bok is going to be our hubby for the series. There's not going to be any waifus or weifus or weeaboos. There's going to be hubby. Hubby Bok. Hello, hubby. I actually don't know if that's the terminology, like the opposite of a waifu, but that's what I'm going with. Oh, dear sweet hubby.
What are you doing here? You must leave this place at once.
While that's going,
You to uphold,
I'm going to look for something very quickly.
just like me.
Sorry, give me a second, guys. Okay, excuse me, all the rumbling. What I've just done, I've just grabbed a box. There we go, let me move the monitor up so I can see. I've grabbed a box for my microphone to put on top of it. So, I don't have to bend my neck down as much because it's starting to kill me, and I don't want it to kill me. So, hopefully that deals with that situation a little bit, and you can still hear me. Right, Bok. Hubby.
What are you doing here? You must leave this place at once. They'll rush in and beat you to a pulp. You'll end up just like me.
Oh, Bok, no. Right, someone's beaten up our hubby, so we have to kill them, obviously. That is the proportionate thing to do in this circumstance. So, let's go and avenge our hubby. I've just put my torch away. Sorry, it's a bad habit just to switch to two-handing a weapon. Here we go. Right. Cave moss, very important. That is also for crafting green bollockses. Okay. There we go. Now, some more moss here. Sorry, I've moved the position of my monitor now. And it is a little bit jarring. 1 second. Let me move it back a little bit. I'll have to... Sorry, I'm doing all this mid... I'm doing this setup mid recording. I apologise, but I want to try and be comfortable as well. Okay, that's a little bit better. Right. Let's carry on here. Should be some more guys. Yeah, take those out. And you. And try again. There we go. Okay, there's a big dude there. Let's take care of him. Yeah, roar in my face, but you're going to die. Thank you. Some more moss. Now, this boss, or bosses, actually a little bit tough early in the game, because it is gang boss. There's 2 of them, and there are smaller monkey boys as well that will try to wreck your shit. So, what I actually recommend for this, I mean, there's a summon here, look. You can use this, or we can engage with the new mechanic of the game, and we can try our wolfies. Let's try our wolfies. So let's get in, summon. And there they are, look, our good boys and gals. There's also you can use this to hide in the bushes, but it honestly doesn't matter once the boss has aggroed. So, let's take out these jokers. There can only be there can only be one joker in the game, I'm afraid, and it's me. So our doggies will help draw some of the aggro here for us. Sorry, I could see him approaching from my periphery there. Okay. Oh, nice jump, nice jump. Let's take out you. Right, here we go. Now, the real fight begins. Staggered. Crit. Oh, look at the damage. This is why we level up strength, ladies and gentlemen. Good. So this fight is actually a little bit inconsistent. Sometimes the second one will aggro from over there. And actually, do you know what? Give me a second. I'm just thinking, I'm going to turn down the volume a little bit. A little bit. As you can see, I've already got everything really low. There we go. Just because I couldn't hear myself over the music. Right. So there's a second one around here. And before that, I'm going to read this message. Highly important that you succeed. Time for blood loss, but... I'm sorry. I've got to. That's too good. Right. Here we go. So he's going to scream and let his friends die. And then we... Oh! I'm going to get hit in the back. I'm bled. He bleeds, so do be careful. That is the biggest danger of these guys, I would say, is their bleed ability. I also can't see very well. Oh, thank you, Wolfies. Can we stagger? Yeah, we can. I'm just going to hit him in the back, get some damage in. Also, I'm going to heal before I die. But you see there, the Wolfies, look. This is the main strength of the wolves. They're very good at nipping at the heels of the enemies. Oh, we just got the sewing needle there. That's box stuff. Okay, yes. They're very good at distracting the enemies and kind of keeping them locked in a bit. So, before we go back to Bok, guys, you could use this, but first I'm going to go through. I'm going to go through and through a little bit more, because up here is how you get to the little island. I don't know if you saw it across the pond, but it's here. Speaking of across the pond, I do feel for our North American brethren at the moment experience. I don't know if it's still that bad, but experiencing that awful blizzard at the moment. Here are people getting trapped and dying, and it's dreadful. In the UK, we actually had a bit of a cold snap towards the beginning of December, and it was very awkward for that time of year. It was extremely cold. I had to put the radiator on and get my dressing gown on, my grandpa slippers. So yeah, right. The reason I'm coming here... In fact, you know what, I've never known that there was a jellyfish on here before. That's weird. So a little quick fact about the flying jellyfish. Very weird. Oh, there's more of them. They are neutral. They won't attack you unless you attack them, unless they are red. If you see that they are red, they are hostile, and they will try to sting your face off. So bear that in mind. Okay, let's just do the island while we're here. It's actually not very exciting. It's a bit disappointing. Because we don't need our torch anymore. This is kind of it. I mean, it looks really cool. Obviously, it's a nice big old dragon that's dead and spewed its guts out everywhere. But the main reason for this island is this church, and if we do this, we can commune, and this is where we can swap dragon hearts to get dragon spells or incantations. Here we go. So these predominantly, I say predominantly, but they require arcane scaling. They require you to put stats into your arcane attribute. So that is something to bear in mind if you wish to use those. Some of them are good. Some of them are good. I've seen that they can kind of wreck some shit. Some of the breath attacks, but yeah, it's not my thing really. But it's good to know. I kind of feel like the Dovahkiin at the moment. Dovahkiin, Dovahkiin. There we go. Yeah, I actually played Skyrim not too long ago. Obviously a classic game, full to the brim of bugs and fucking glitches, but you've got to love it. Thank you, Todd Howard. Right. Go up here. Far to the east you'll find the Cathedral of Dragon Communion, a place where draconic power gathers. I wonder if you can actually see it from here. It's over in that direction somewhere. I'm not entirely sure. But yes, there is another church, dragon cathedral, where you can get bigger and better dragon spells. Okay. Now. There's a couple more things. I can hear one. There's a scarab down here somewhere. Down here. There. Hang on. There we go. Right. So we got some twinkling titanite, ladies and gentlemen. Is it twinkling titanite? Yeah, it's pretty much the equivalent of twinkling titanite, I believe, in this game. Somber smithing stone. Sombre. Right, a couple more items. Ah, there's a dragonfly head. So, in addition to cave moss and oh, don't you dare. No, you see, if you see a ram, you've absolutely fucking... What are you doing? You're supposed to be a mountain goat. Anyway, if you see a ram, kill it, because they will ram you, as is in their nature. I think this is the third ingredient, this herba. So you need cave moss, herba, and dragonfly head. Actually, do you know what? We can look. I think we've got the recipe now, haven't we? Yes, so that's what you need to craft green bollocks. So bear that in mind, please. Now, that's it for this island. That's why it's kind of disappointing. Like you would hope there'd be like a special boss or a hidden dungeon. To be fair, I'd never seen the jellyfishes here, so that was probably the most exciting thing for me, honestly, coming here. Don't fall in the water because you'll die. Right, let's go back to our hubby. Oh, and do you know what? Let me take a drink of port, please. Ah, there we go. Oh, that is good stuff. Whew. Right. Oh, it's so warm as it goes down the throat, too. Okay, right. I think Bok could do with a glass of port, couldn't he? Yes, I've got your needle. Here you go.
Wait. Is that what I think it is?
Just look now, he's
Got it back for me.
he's so fucking grateful.
My sewing needle.
Just look here. He's so grateful.
What made you go and do a thing like that? My mum was a seamstress, and that sewing kit was all I had to remember her by. I always wanted to be just like sweet old mum. Then I suppose I can't just curl up and die, can I?
I'm not crying. I'm not crying. Okay, yes, there we go. So we've rescued Bok, and now he can continue on his journey with us through the lands between. He will become our seamster Bok, our hubby. It's a shame you can't marry in this game. Well, technically you would marry someone, but it's a shame you can't pick who you marry, because I think I'd like to marry Bok. Yeah. Defo. Right, let's see how many souls we got for doing Boss Boy. God, we only got enough for one level. It's a bit depressing, actually, isn't it? Do you know what? I'm going to put one more point into strength, just to make sure that I can definitely two-hand that big weapon that we're going to go get. Now, I think. Should we go get it now? Yeah, should we go do it, guys? Should we go get the weapon? Fuck yeah. Sorry. Yeah, so we've kind of done, apart from this little jail here, we've done all this left-hand side. We just need to go do the lake. A couple more things here to do. We're not going to worry about up here just yet, okay? Yeah, what we're going to go do is... Do you know what? Let's do this. I know there's a site of grace here. Somewhere here. Let me go here. We'll work our way up, because there isn't. Sorry, there's an NPC I want to talk to as well. And do you know what? Before I carry on and get too excited, let me just check what time I'm on, please, for recording. It's been an hour. Okay, this is why I'm having to do 2-hour episodes, because this game is fucking huge. Like, you could spend easily at least 200 hours in your first playthrough. I'm hoping it won't take us that long, although it wouldn't be the worst thing in the world, but this is why I'm gonna have to do at least 2-hour episodes, I think. Which I don't really know what the ideal algorithm is for YouTube, but that's just what I'm gonna pick. That's the number I'm going with. Pick a number from 1 to 2. Oops. Excuse me. Oh, you bitch. Oh, so angry. So big and angry and strong. But you're dead. There's another one. Watch out for the batty boos. They're going to cause issues for us. Take out the horse. And kill. Good. I've just noticed my health is on like 1%. Oh my goodness. No! God. I was just so stunned by the fucking spinning corpse that I've never seen before. Sorry. He just did like a fucking if you KO someone in Street Fighter, just like spinning through the air, going like Right. Oh, nice blood smattering. Okay. Do you know what? Okay, there's an item. I don't think there's a chest in this one though. Let's see. Right. Watch out for you. You see, we've got a little summon sign. If you're struggling here, it might be a good idea to summon your doggos. Nice. Oh yeah, just watch your master die in front of your eyes. And then you can join him in hell. Yeah, there's lots of these Caden dudes here. Oopsies. I'm just walking into his attack. Right, before he charges up. Oh, no. Oh, nice. I'm actually quite impressed with that. Jesus Christ. I think because I'm so used to playing on New Game Plus now, I'm just used to being powerful at this stage in the game. I've not actually engaged with the game properly for a while. Okay. God, there's another one, look. Do you know what? Give me jumping attacks. There you go, jumping attacks. As always. Top of the class. Right. What are you? Was it worth it? Yes, it was. What was that? Number 1? Should we have a look? Hang on. Where are they? There. Fire grease, that's pretty good. So yeah, that's fire-based crafting recipes. That's quite good, actually. So that's something to think about later. So let me get this grey site that I told you about. I'm definitely not lying to you. Just keep an eye out for the streaks of piss. There. Okay. Now, what I want to do is... Oops. Hello? Thank you. What I want to do is... I want to stop off and get a couple of NPCs out of the way. Can I do this? Yeah. Oh look, there's a Rosus Roxas statue here. Do you know what? We'll activate it just for the lulz. There you go. There. Right. There's a couple of NPCs I want to go and grab on the way up here. So, we're not going to go up there just yet. I can hear a twinkly. But let me just try and find a way up here. We'll ignore the wolfies for now. Wolfies. Yeah, we can get up here. Okay. There's a spirit spring there. Oh! Do not be alarmed. I mean, it hurts you, but it's not as bad as you think. It's this stuff. Fulgerbloom. Fulgerbloom. Something like that. I always pronounce it with an Irish accent for some reason. Fulgerbloom. Right. I don't think I've ever used that ever, so... it's up to you if you want to pick all those flowers. So... yeah, don't go over there yet. I'm going to avoid these trolls for now. The main reason I've come here is because I want to get to this bit here, down where that little pond is. I'll show you why. Okay. Just some squids. Do you know what? We'll take the time to take out Dragonfly Boy. Yeah, we'll get a Dragonfly head. Kill these. Nice. There we go, you see that there? Your eyes do not deceive you, that is a pot. Repeat, that is a pot. Thwack. Excuse me? Yeah, we'll just take these out because I do not want to be disturbed while I'm talking to Mr. Potman. Nope. The opportunity to do a crit on these guys is quite good. There's a big stagger window, so don't worry too much about that. What is that? Was that a scarab that just disappeared on my face? I don't know. I didn't hear one. It might have been the tentacle that I chopped off the big one. There we go. Here we go. Right, look. Can anyone hear me?
Help me. I'm stuck. Hello?
Yeah, this pot dude right here, look. So, mild spoilers. Mild. It's not really a spoiler, it's more of an observation. He's basically the Siegmeyer of the game. He's the Siegmund of Katarina.
Also known as the Iron Fist. And as you can see, I'm stuck here. Please, can you help me out of this?
I'm in a bit of a pickle. Yes.
Thanks. 1,000.
So,
Just give me a good smack from the rear.
basically, we have to smack him on the arse
I'll pop clean out.
with our boomstick.
Don't dally. There's no need to fret. I'm very well trained. Give
There
it
we
your
go.
all, I say.
Good job, old boy. Just whack him a couple of times. There we go. Got a gesture. Now, he does look weird and very scaly, and his legs don't look like they should work properly, but who am I to question the genius of Miyazaki?
Well played. Though that mighty wallop of yours almost spelled the end of me. Well, I'm out now, and that's what counts.
What's inside that counts, Alexander?
And as a token of my appreciation, I'd like you to have this.
Oh, Alexander is a warrior jar. He's actually it's a race of things in this game. It's a creature in this game.
Once again, pleasure is mine. I am the warrior jar known as Alexander.
Iron Fist Alexander.
I journey to the east, where I intend to further my
Ramadan Festival.
And beyond these lands lie the scarlet, rot-blighted Kaled wilds.
Oh, I've never seen them.
On their southern edge is Redmane Castle, in which a festival of combat is being held. I'd heard whispers of such festivities before. Doesn't the notion set your breast aflutter?
Butterfly chicken breast. Right. Yes.
Heading to Redmane,
There we go. So we've just set in motion Mr. Iron Fist Alexander's quest. He will be with us for a large proportion of the game. So he's going to be someone else that we look out for. We're going to build a relationship with him. We're going to get married, have kids. No, not quite to that level, but he's going to be a good friend to us. and I'm sure we'll return him the favour in kind. So, do you know what I think they did? They probably activated a gesture by accident, which I don't know why they bother putting that feature in the games. I think you can do that. I'm actually not sure if you can do that in this game. You certainly can in Bloodborne and Dark Souls 3, and the amount of times it's got me killed where I'm fighting something terrible and horrifying. Watch out for that. And then I suddenly do a gesture in their face, like praise the sun in their face, and then they just end me. There we go. So that was a boss a little bit earlier, if you remember. Piece of cake now. Correct? Stone. Little trick here. There is a spirit spring there if you want a quick way down off the bridge. Now, we're briefly, well, kind of briefly, but we're going to venture into this part of the map where we... Oh, do you know what? Last episode I said that this was East Limgrave. Does this look like the East to you? Like, Josh, this is East, okay? Yeah, pay attention. This is East, Josh, to the right. Oh, and guess what? West is to the left. Ooh, this is West Limgrave, okay? Fucking hell. Oh, there's a merchant. I completely forgot about this. Oh, wait, listen. His finger animations as well. They nailed that. Oh, look at his jewels on his hat. Crown jewels. Yeah, I want to say that's a version of Gehrman's song from Bloodborne, but don't quote me on that.
Yeah, mate. Hey, terribly sorry. Are you here as a customer?
Yeah, nice yellow eyes you have there. I wonder why. Anyway. Anything to sell? Yeah, I'll sell those. If you've got souls, crunch them. Just crunch them. That's it. Don't even give it a second thought. You won't lose them, you won't die. You won't lose your runes or souls ever. So, no. So the reason I did that is to just get all of his key items there. So that's him out of the way. That is not a green penis, by the way. That is a turtleneck. Which again is actually a tortoise, but anyway.
I must apologise. I'm afraid I've very little to offer.
I was very pleased with your customer service. Better than the other one. Jesus, I'm giving him a 1-star review on Google. You're getting a 5, mate. And a tip if you're lucky. Ooh, sorry. Now, a couple of skelly bros. Oopsie. Nice shot. I've always found it amazing that skeletons in these games have the dexterity to use a bow or a crossbow. It's quite impressive. Right, don't even worry about that floating black skull, it's not going to do anything. Okay. So I think we got them all. Now if you look here on the left, here is our second NPC that I wanted to encounter.
Is there? Death has left its mark once again.
Boom. Hi. Hi.
Tarnished, are you? I'm known as D. I hunt down those who live in death and weed their death root. Heed my warning.
The D-bag.
The village here has been touched by death.
The D-unit.
It is home to a mariner. If you value your life,
The D-meister.
further.
I'm going to call him D-bag.
The village here has been touched by death.
Touched by death.
While you still can. The village here.
Okay, yeah. So yeah, he is a bit of a... He's a bit edgy, as you can tell. but we'll be seeing more of him later. If you have already been to the Round Table Hold, which is the hub world in this game, you may have already seen him by now, but I recommend coming here first before you go to the Round Table, because you might miss that dialogue right there. I'm not entirely sure about that, but we're trying to get all the little bits of juicy dialogue, and I don't want to miss anything if we can help it. So, yeah, we'll just grab that. I'm not really looking to explore this area too much, but I do want to do these ruins. So there is a boss here. Might look a bit spooky and a bit scary and a bit daunting, but actually don't worry, because he's one of the weakest bosses imaginable. Okay, they've teleported away. Here we go, just 2 feet away. Yeah, so he's going to summon some skellies. Skeletons that he can kill, by the way, himself. There you go, staggered. You can't crit this guy. You can stag him, but he can't crit him. Now he's going to do an AoE. Okay. Take you out. Watch out for that. What's he doing? Okay. I think he was just buffing his skeletons there, but they're dead, so... Tidal wave attack. Boom. Yeah, so I'm literally just mashing L1 here. I think he's supposed to be like the guy from the River Styx in Greek mythology that takes people to the land of the dead. So not the most original idea there, Miyazaki, but I get where you're coming from. Right, and they are pretty much fucked. And there we go. Boom. So yeah, much like with Nito in Dark Souls 1, they can kill their own skeletons. Skeletal Militia Ashes. I don't know if they're very good, because they're a very squishy enemy. Right, we'll grab that. We'll quickly explore these ruins, but if you remember the D-bag from a couple of minutes ago... 1 second. Oh, there's an item here and some skellies. We'll take care of these. 1 sec. Another thing is, when I first played this game, I was very sort of opposed to using torrent. I like to fight on foot and, you know, do rolling and dodging. Whilst it has its advantages, once you get used to combat on the back of torrent, you just kind of grow to love it a bit more. Yeah, I mean, it's a personal taste thing, but it's also easier to get around. Another bit of lore for you. Second, where's my torch? Torch, please. Thank you. If you look at this mass of roots on the wall here, you'll notice something that looks, well, mildly like a vulva, but apart from that, it's actually an eyeball. Hang on, there's one up here at the top, look. You see? Now this is linked to the death root that we just picked up, because this is a certain entity that has infected the world and the Erd tree's roots, and they are spreading death across the land. So that's why we've got all these skeletons and these crazy boat mariner guys. There you go. So this is why D-Bag has a bit of a boner about this place, because there's death everywhere, which means I think he secretly likes it. But anyway, look, he's teleported here. And now he will call us a crazy dickhead for ignoring him.
Another fool who won't listen to reason, eh? But with a prowess for weeding deathroot.
Don't you know it?
How would you like to earn the strength of beasts?
I'd like to weed your deathroot, D-Bag.
Those who live in death and weed their deathroot. Then I'll introduce you to Garank, the beast clergyman. I have a matter
Go
of
for
my
it.
own to attend to, and the beast himself wishes for someone to take my place. What say you?
I think we should smoke a fat blunt after all that, mentioning all that weed.
Very well. Show me your map.
Ooh, I thought you'd never ask.
I've marked the location for you.
Thank.
Tugarank, the beast clergyman.
Look, there's an eyeball above his head there. See? A red mark was put on the map, so that is here, as you can see. So these usually denote little side quests in the world. There aren't that many, but when you get one, there it is. So that will take us to a teleporty gatey thing. We're not going to go there just yet. You could if you wanted to, but I'm not too interested right now. Because when you go there, you give those death root to a creature, and you get incantations or weapons to use. Now, we're not going to be using any of those weapons or incantations, so that's why I'm not too excited about it. But it depends on your build, doesn't it, I suppose. Oops, thought you were dead. Dragonfly. Now, the main reason for coming here, and we already got a Swordstone key, if you remember, from those other ruins by the lake. The actual important reason, extremely important reason for coming here, was this cellar. Okay? Now you'll see that there are turtle dog tortoises everywhere. And come inside, I'll show you. There's more. There you go. Now if we come into here, it is quite safe, don't worry. Is it secret? Is it safe? Yes, Gandalf. Here. Green Turtle Talisman. This is one of the best items in the game. We're going to immediately replace our Fire Drake Talisman and put this on, okay? This is your Chloranthy ring of the game. This will increase your stamina recovery speed. This is your Grass Crest Shield. This is your Green Blossom. Okay? There is actually a version of the Grass Crest Shield in the game that we'll get later on, but for now, this is the next best thing. Now, a little bit of, it's not so much lore, but a little bit of an Easter egg about this. This is based on a little brooch that George R.R. Martin wears. Oops, I just unequipped it. Yeah. So, a talisman in the shape of a green turtle raises stamina recovery speed. Turtles are known as a nutritious ingredient symbolic of inexhaustible powers. However, those who hold turtles to be wise creatures consider the practice of eating their meat to be barbarous. That's also a reference to real life, would you believe? I believe humans used to hunt turtles or tortoises for their meat because it was supposed to be exceedingly delicious, like Galapagos turtles, tortoises and stuff like that. So yeah, it's kind of a double reference. But yeah, I think the whole reason behind that brooch that George wears is, I think he tells the story that he used to have turtles or tortoises when he was younger as a kid, and he would pretend that they belonged to a faction or a house, and that these houses would war with one another, and if one of the turtles or tortoises died, it would be like one of his characters dying. So you can kind of see where this is going. It acted as inspiration for some of his writings in the Song of Ice and Fire, yeah, which is also related to Game of Thrones, of course. So, thank you, George, for playing with turtles as a child and killing them. Then we never would have had Game of Thrones. Now, I've just been yeeted off my horse involuntarily there. That's because if we run over to this church door very quickly, you will see Mildred the Man-Eater has spawned. Okay, now I wanted to try and get a sneaky backstab there, but it didn't work. Now she is more dangerous than she looks, okay? So I'm going to play it quite safe, quite cautiously. I'm going to use jump attacks because that's our best friend. Forever Alone, where a jump attack is your best friend in the world. Okay, let's try and get a sneaky charge there. She doesn't heal, okay, because she's mad. In fact, she's a finger maiden now that I look at it. Tarnished Eater, yes. We're actually doing really well here. Oh, backing off, are you? You scared? Oh, never mind. Just took off half my health in one swing. Right, oh my goodness. Now who's running? Like a sissy. There we go. Let's preemptive swipe, and there. Beautiful. So yes, that is this game's version of Mildred the Maneater. Now, we just got the Sacred Scorpion Charm. That is a talisman that increases your holy damage to the detriment of your own damage absorption. So it's kind of a double-edged sword kind of thing, but if you like to do holy damage, I would say that the pros probably outweigh the cons. It's basically akin to the clutch rings from previous Souls games. Oh, here we go. This is round table territory.
To determine if the Elden Ring would truly have you, if you had the mettle to endure this long and arduous path.
Poof, so you basically lied to me, Melania, thank you.
Torrent had your measure from the very start.
Of course he did.
Whereas I merely pretended.
We're like
There
two
is
peas in a
one
pod.
other thing I can do to offer you guidance. I can take you to the Round Table Hold, gathering place of tarnished champions.
Of
guarded
rejects
by grace.
and losers. I'm actually going to say no for now. I'm going to say no. Because
Shall I turn? Let my hand share them with me.
the Round Table Hold,
Your
it's the hub area of the world, and I want to spend a little bit of time there when I get there.
principles you would follow.
And there's quite a few characters to talk to. So I don't want to go there just yet because it's a bit of a commitment for us. Now, when you venture to a certain point in the world, you'll get that dialogue from Melania. The quickest way to get it, if you want to, is to literally go from here to the point of site of grace up here. There's a site of grace. I think it's literally here. I've just realised this map looks a bit like the map from the World of Light in Smash Bros. Ultimate. Yeah, it's a bit weird. Anyway, yes, if you literally just venture up to that side of grace, or it might even be this one in this tunnel, sorry. There's a tunnel here somewhere. Hang on, I think it's... I don't know because I can't quite tell from this map, but one of the sites of grace up here, if you get to it, she will offer to take you to the Round Table Hold, so don't worry too much about that. Now, God, this recording, I must say this recording is looking good, at least from my perspective, because I'm using a capture card in conjunction with my PlayStation 5, but I've also upped the resolution on my computer, and it's looking very crisp and nice. Anyway, I wish I could do 4K recordings, but I need a better graphics card, and that costs money, and at the moment money is tight, so let's carry on into... We're going to venture into hell a little bit, okay? Right, these are crimson doggies. These are scarlet doggos. So, do be careful. Because they do be scarlet rotting. There we go. Yeah, we're going to venture. We're just going to dip our toes into hell briefly, okay? I'm not going to get that grace right now. Oh, you see that despicable creature up there above my head. We're going to have to deal with one of those in a minute. Yeah, I'm literally just nipping here for one thing, guys, okay? Trust me, I'm a doctor. Or should I say, trust me, I'm the Joker. So if you literally just nip over this hill, just daintily skip over this mound, you will get to this carriage here, okay? Now, before venturing further down into the chasm, you will see that there are T-Rex doggies. Now, they're a bit of a problem for us, especially at this stage of the game. We'll struggle, especially against multiple of them. So what we're going to do is we're going to avoid them for now. But the main problem is this thing here. This is a very dangerous enemy, especially for where we are right now in the game. They are extraordinarily aggressive and quick. So we might even die here. I'm under no illusion that we might die. But it's worth it because I want the item that is in that carriage. Okay, I'm going to sneak up. Do you know what? I've got an idea because we can summon. I'm going to summon my doggos. Oh, shit. Right, here we go. Right, I'm going to use my doggies as a little distraction. It's not working, guys. It's not working. Please, doggies. Please. Oh, my God. Oh, my God. Okay. Why is all my blue gone? I don't remember using all my blue. Anyway. Right. It's working. It's working. It's working. Quickly. Get on torrent. And we're out. We just got the best weapon in the game. Okay? The game is now over. We've completed the game. Thank you for watching our Elden Ring playthrough. If you like, comment, and subscribe, that would be great. Right, I'll see you never. Okay. Ooh! We did it. Yeah, too late, bitch. Bye. Girl, bye. Okay. So yeah, that went... That was actually quite smooth, believe it or not. Woo! So, let me look at the spoils of war. Look. Oh, look, we can use it. Hang on. Yeah, there's no X by it. What do we need for it? You need 31 strength, but it looks like we can two-hand it. Excellent. Now, it weighs quite a lot. It's a colossal sword, which is the biggest sword in the game. And if we equip it here... Oh, we can't one-hand it, I beg your pardon. But I think we'll be able to two-hand it. Yes! There we go. This is what I've been working towards, okay? Now, let me check the time here before I start rambling about what this sword is. We've got half an hour, okay. I almost stopped the recording then, I was going to kill myself. This sword is an homage to a manga called Berserk. I'm sure some of you will know this, but for those who don't, Berserk is a manga. It's also an anime. It's brilliant. It's really good. I mean, you have to be sort of into fantasy / monsters and goblins and all that sort of thing, but it's a great anime. Very adult, so if you're a kiddie watching this, you must get your parents' permission first, because there are titties and there are there's swearing and there's willies and nudity and lots of gore and people getting ripped apart. So, but it's really good. Miyazaki, the guy who made this game and Dark Souls, his main inspiration is from Berserk. That's where he gets a lot of his, or most of his inspiration from. His world building, his characters, his items, the lore, some of it is from Berserk. So I think bonfires are a prime example. They were from Berserk. This sword, this is Guts, the main character. This is basically his sword that he uses. And I think the description, if we look at it... Oops. I thought that was an enemy attacking me then. Let's read the description, which is a direct reference to Berserk. A coarse iron lump of an ultra greatsword mows down foes by utilizing its incredible weight. Though handling it likely requires the wielder to have surpassed the realm of merely human, it is precisely for this reason that the weapon is used to slaughter even inhuman foes. So, we've got it, baby. I'm not going to test on the sheep because that would be cruel, but now if I use this big swing here, like whoosh, Ah, yes. So, Torrent just became a lot more viable. Horseback combat just became a lot more viable for us. Do you know what? I'm not going to waste it on these dragonflies. Let's move on. Okay. Now, one more whistle-stop tour while we're here. I want to go down to this church here, okay? If you look at your map, 1 second. Nope, that's not the church. I beg your pardon. This is the Deathblight ruins. I beg your pardon indeed. I thought I was somewhere else entirely. But if we just nip over here, there's one more thing, an important thing that we need to get, okay? It's an important item that we'll be using frequently for the rest of the game. This church down here, I beg your pardon. Ouch. Nope. Oh, there we go. Delayed fall damage. I'm actually gonna heal, well, I want to heal up Torrent because I believe that resting at a bonfire does not heal Torrent. You have to use flasks. Okay. Let's use this to get down safely. Might as well take this guy while we're here. Boom! Sacred Blade. Okay. I believe that's holy damage. So yes, here's the church that I want to nip in. Just for a couple of goodies. And if you look down here, this is that sending gate that I showed you on the map earlier. There. So that is where D-Bag wants us to go, but we're not going there just yet. Okay. Do you know what? While we're here, guys, why not? Okay, we'll just go do this, excuse me, this church first. Let me have a drink because my throat is getting a bit dry from all this fucking rambling. I say fucking rambling not because I resent it, because I ramble like a motorhead, just constantly running my mouth. Right. So here's our first sacred tear. Remember I said that sacred tears can be found in churches, okay? They level up the potency of your red and blue flasks. This is what we came for. This is the flask of wondrous physique. So, this flask is an alternative flask to our blue and red flasks. This flask is used to impart upon us certain magical effects. Now, you will find different effects scattered throughout the world. Mainly you will get them at the foot of minor erd trees. There's one just above my head there. You can kind of see it in the background. Let's just use Sacred Tear, yeah. So we get +1 flasks. Okay. And then if we go into a separate menu here, it's not lit up for some reason, but there you go. This is our wondrous flask that we can mix. Okay, you can have 2 separate, they're called tears, crystal tears. Yes, you can have 2 separate crystal tears in your flask at once. We've only got one at the moment, and this one just heals us. It's similar to our red flask, which in of itself can be useful. It can be useful to have an extra heal. Okay, there it is. There are other special effects. For example, there's one that boosts your poise. There's one that gives you an impenetrable bubble for one attack, which doesn't sound like much, but against some of the bosses in the game, it can be literally being the difference between life and death. In fact, I think that's the one I actually use. There's others that increase your stamina recovery. There's ones that increase your intelligence attack, your faith scaling. There's one that blows up in your face. So it's good to know. Now we have a big sword. We're a bit more lethal. Although these guys still aren't that much of a pushover. Just break his kneecaps very briefly. Okay. Good stomp, good stomp. Hang on. And dodge, and heal. Should be falling over soon. We hope. There we go. I'm going to get a big old swing on his noggin. There we go, 700 damage. Beautiful. Thank you. Let me rest in your cavity, like in what is it? The second Star Wars film, where Luke goes inside that animal's belly to keep warm. Right. So yes, I did say briefly that we're going to go over to the Bestial Sanctum. Okay. We want to do this because this opens up the rest of D-Bag's quest, okay, and it opens up dialogue, and we can also buy a couple of spells from him if we do this. So this is why I'm getting it out of the way now, okay? We're just going to nip here. Because if you look here, you think, oh, it's just a Batwing gargoyle thingy. It can't be that bad, right? Oh, look, he's not even a boss. He's just got a health bar. Wrong. Just wrong. If you attack that thing, you will be slaughtered instantly, okay? It is an endgame boss. Now, there is our Beastman, our daddy. Yeah, do you know what? Bok is our hubby. This is our daddy. If you couldn't tell, by the way, I am gay. Just get that out there. Let's just, everyone take a seat, gather round. I am gay. I'm of the homosexual variety. The reason I say that is, this isn't me like coming out or anything. Don't worry, everyone knows. Trust me. My boyfriend knows. Would you believe? The reason I'm coming out, not coming out. The reason I'm telling you is because I don't want to have a video in like 10 years' time or something. If I'm still doing this, please God. But I don't want to have a video like, oh, Monty Bod comes out on YouTube. And then I'm in fucking the Huffington Post or something like that. Ridiculous. Like, no, I'm sorry. Yes, I'm gay. Move on. Very good. Next. Okay. Oh. Someone's fighting something. Hiding behind the pillar like a pussy. Right. Sorry, I'm blathering again, aren't I? Blathering about being gay. Yikes. Right. I'm going to hang on to some souls because there are a couple of things that I might want to buy soon when we get to the round table hold. Right, let's speak to Daddy. Someone's attacking him. Very mean. Listen to his voice, by the way. It's fucking amazing. And by the way, I think this is actually the guy's voice. Like, I think this is the voice actor's voice doing this.
I smell it. Death. Feeding me. Tarnished. Bring more death. I shall grant thee eye and claw. Feed me more.
We get a seal, which is for casting incantations. We get the beast eye, which tells us when there is more death root nearby. Whenever you see one of those mariner guys, there will be death root to be had. Now, I hope that wasn't too quiet, actually. I thought that was quite quiet. Hang on. Let me turn it up again. Can we talk to him again?
I shall grant thee eye and claw. Feed me more.
There you go. He's a poet and he doesn't know it. Oh, what's that on his hand? Oh, wouldn't you like to know? No. Moving on. Right. Let me just... What is this? That's a message. Someone's managed to get a message inside of this pillar. Ah, wonders shall never cease to amaze me in the Souls community. Right. So, what I want to do... I said we were just nipping here, didn't I? There is one thing that we can get now, which is not too taxing on us. It should be very doable and very quick and relatively safe unless you fall and die. Get some faded Erd leaf. Some eagles. Do you know what? I'm going to slay these because I think those flight pinions can be useful for making arrows. Okay. Here we go. Just follow the messages. Now, if you jump down here, you will survive and not die. There is no kill floor. Although I remember at one point they patched the game and you could not go beyond this point and you would fall and die, which was a glitch. But anyway, now we can drop here. Look. There. We found ourselves a little secret. I found this myself, actually. I was quite proud at the time. So you remember I said that like near the beginning of the game, I said that you could see the bestial sanctum. That's what this place is here. Look, and we're jumping down the side of it now. Okay. Now what I'm going to do here is actually use Torrent because his double jump is going to be useful for us. Now there are a couple of batty enemies to be concerned about. This should be safe here. Might hurt a little bit. Yeah, that's fine. Heal up Torrent. Okay. Jump to here. Hang on. Let me just check this is safe. Yeah, this is fine. I think you can jump into this little nook here. Yeah. Right, watch out for the batties. As you can see, they're quite tough. But we've got a big old sword now. And it makes mincemeat of them. Okay, before we jump down to the next level, there might be an item. I think I did see one. But let me take out this guy. Nice. One more, please. There we go. Right. I think there was an item down here. Let me just go check again. Also, you see, I've got a little green dildo icon beneath my green bar at the top left, you see. That is to tell me that I have a constant stamina recovery effect, and that is from our green turtle talisman. So, that's why we've got it on. Now, take you. Oops, I almost fell off, I think. Now, do you know what? I'm going to turn the volume down once more. If it is too quiet, I apologise. I will correct it in the next episode, but for now, I want to be able to hear myself, and I want you to be able to hear me and my disgusting voice. Now, this is a bit tricky, okay? Use these nooks and crannies. Hang on, if I can actually navigate this pillar. So, I believe you want to jump from here to that nook and cranny over there. There we go. Now, Torrent is quite nimble. You can kind of turn mid-air, so don't worry too much about that. And then, can we go to this one? Yeah, we can, look. And then we drop down, and we're safe, and we won't die. Right. Any more for any more? No. There are some more bats here, so do watch out. I believe this is what we came for. There you go. Well hidden. Well hidden. This variant of talisman is one of the better talismans in the game. It is your steel protection ring, okay? It will increase your physical damage negation. Right. And the final variant of this talisman is actually... I almost fell off. Actually very good. This is a weapon. Spoilers, this is a weapon that the beast clergyman up there uses. Okay? I'm not entirely sure what it does. I assume it scales with beastie things. I want to say beasthood, but that's Bloodborne. And we're done, okay? Oh, and now I'm being attacked. 1 second. Where are you? I am being attacked, I think. Because I cannot open my map. 1 second. There we go, right. Sneaky, sneaky boy. Oops. He fell at me, I think. Oh my god! Incredible. incredible. I didn't even see what happened. He kind of fell on my head, and then he killed me in one hit. That won't do. No. I want my souls back, okay? We're just going to quickly go nip our souls. We got a bit ahead of ourselves. We've got a bit too cocky. Right. See, you guys, you need to tell me when I'm being too cocky, please. Bring me back down to reality. Okay. Let's go down again. We'll try and avoid encounters with Batty Boos. Okay. There. Let's get Torrent. Torrent for some platforming is actually non-advisable because Torrent's very quick and he turns around very quickly. And you see Torrent's health did not restore from us resting at the Grace site, okay? Alright. I think we go down to this nook and cranny, yeah. We have aggroed a bat, but I'm going to choose to ignore. I think we can go down to this one here. Look, yeah. Okay. This is probably a... Yes. And we jump to this. And we jump to this. And we drop down. Okay. Now, my souls should be on my top little compass there, you can see. Okay. Grab that. And if we're not being targeted, which we are not, we're going to get the fuck out of here. Okay. Now, I'm just going to check the time quickly, because I don't think I have time to do the round table hold. No, I've got like 10 minutes. Okay. Yeah, this feels a lot better doing 2 hours. I think this is going to be the way forward. I'll tell you what we can do quickly. I've already decided. You can't stop me. I'm going to do the lake now that I've got my big sword. This makes this fight a lot easier. Excuse me. Having a big sword... Oops. Sorry, I'm not looking at the screen. In a second, I'm getting comfortable because my wire is caught. In a second. There we go. So, having a weapon with a bigger reach is very advantageous for this boss coming up. Okay, now I'm just going to check over here at first if there's any items. I know there are some crustaceans waiting for us. There we go. So these are ripped straight out of Dark Souls 3. Now, I know it doesn't look like it, but there is a tactic for these guys that I like to use when I'm not dying. 1 second. So, my advice is to actually use Torrent to fight these. And what you do is, you just circle behind him. 1 second. Bad example yet again, I apologise because I got caught on a tree. 1 second. Okay, yes. A good way to fight these is to get behind them with Torrent. That was a completely flawless example. I promise it is a good way of fighting them. Okay. Let's try and get another one to experiment. I think some pop up over here. Listen, I might be wrong. I might be remembering incorrectly about the most efficient way to fight these guys. There's a scarab there. I'm gonna ignore it now. Not get too close. Here we go. Let's try again. Do you know what? I'm gonna go on the big claw side and try that. Let's go on the big claw side. There we go. That was good damage. Okay, going on his big claw side might be the way forward here. Oops. Where were you? 1 second. I'm just going to wait for these to stay still for a moment. Nope. Fail. Right, do you know what? How dare you spank me in the butt. Here we go. It was a trap, but we got an Ash of War. Second, yeah, I think being on the bigger side is the way forward. It looks like they can also hit each other, which is useful. Do you know what? I do remember, because there is a lobster enemy in this game as well, which is more dangerous than the crab, and they can hit each other. So it's a bit like the dragon butts in Lost Isolith, how they can hurt each other, which is very useful. Now, there we go. That was a good hit. Oh, another crab. Yeah, so get onto their right side and go behind them. And hopefully you should avoid their attacks more frequently. Okay. Sorry, I'm keeping an eye out for dragonflies because I do like to hunt them. Missed. And try again. Okay. Yeah, before they do their little attack, when they dash through the air, they kind of stop for a short while in the air. So that's your moment to strike. Now you can see we've got our little summon sign ready. Oh, hang on, there's an item over here, if I recall. Okay, these are the farting snails, so watch out for those. They apply poison, but their mist also hurts you on contact, so watch out for that. There we go. Sometimes they spray their jizz in one direction, sometimes they just do it all around themselves. So it sounds like a perfect Friday night, if you ask me. There. My apologies for being vulgar. Sometimes that's the best kind of comedy, isn't it? Let's be honest. Bit of toilet humour. Okay, we're just going to go over here. Look at this nice Guy Fawkes bonfire that everyone's having. Oh, that's nice. Boom. Lol. And look here, you can actually... Oops. 1 second. You can actually avoid aggroing the dragon if you stay behind him when he lands. Look, he hasn't spotted us. He or she, I beg your pardon. Look at that. I don't think you can sneak up on them though. 1 second. You totally can, look. Let's get a big preemptive strike in. Watch out for the tail swing. Now, we're going to be aiming for the head. That is our primary focus. That's where all the damage is going to be. There, right on the noggin. This is a flying attack. Dodge. I fucked that up royally, but we're alive. Now, with the foot stomp, you want to dodge later than you think. Okay, don't dodge too early with the foot stomp. I'm actually going to not do a critical strike there because we got loads of damage in. DPS is sometimes better than just doing raw damage. Okay. This is a stomp. Go for the head again. So you can see how good this sword is. Flame attack, you run away. Okay. And then you get back in torrent. And you close the gap. Sometimes they will do their fire breath. That was a bite. I saw that one coming a mile away. Heal up quickly. We're on to our physics flask. I wasn't paying attention. Okay, we're on our last heal, so this is it now. I dodged too soon, but we're okay. Second, I'm trying to get a jump attack in. Yeah, so don't dodge too early with the foot stomp, otherwise they'll get you. Run away. It might be worth jumping on torrent for this as well. Especially because torrent can actually absorb some of the damage for you. And we're done. There we go. Right. Ooh. Okay, that was a bit close, but ultimately, pretty clean fight. We got a dragon heart from it, even though it's a drake, but oh well. I believe drakes have 2 feet, dragons have 4. Now. Yeah, that was relatively clean. Yes, torrent can absorb damage sometimes. So torrent will take damage, and you won't. It can be a way to avoid dying in some situations. So that's good to know. Also, you can do a jump attack. You can do a jump attack off the back of torrent. So if you just press the left stick in and then R trigger, that's also quite useful for dismounting. Okay. Now under here, excuse me, you might think that if you get spooked by the drake and then you want to try and find a hidey hole, you might think this is a good idea, but if we venture on inside, we will see that it's not quite as safe as it could be, because there is a crustacean in here. I don't know if anyone's ever tried crab. I personally quite like it. It is very fishy, especially the dark meat, but it does have white meat like a lobster does, which lobsters are of course exquisite, but crabs can be equally delicious. It just depends what part of the meat you get. So anyway, enough rambling about haute cuisine. Now what I'm looking for is this here. So, oops, hello. Yeah. Oh wow, that was quite impressive actually. Do you know what, for that I'll let them live. So, we got some flasks back from killing the crabby. So, yes, I want to go down here, okay? This is our first mine shaft of the game, okay? That will be denoted by a little orange door on the map, like that. Okay, now every mine shaft will have one of these lift shafts in it. Okay, so you can get the lift there, or you can jump down to the side here, and sometimes there will be a little goodie. So I'm going to send the lift down because we'll need to get it back up eventually. And then I'm going to jump down here, and there's going to be a little item, okay? I won't grab the torch because it's only this little tiny bit that's dark. And we actually got a pretty good golden rune item there, okay? Actually, no, I don't remember it being this dark at all. Second, I'm going to get my torch out. I wonder if they changed this to make it a bit more challenging. Okay. There we go. Now, I think that might be it for this episode. Let me just check here. Yes, we are over 2 hours. So, ladies and gentlemen, it was a pretty long one, but it was enjoyable, I think. We died a couple of times. Did we die? Yeah, we did die a couple of times, didn't we? But that's all part of the fun of games of a soul game. So, I will see you next time. Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did enjoy it, you know what to do. I'm not going to say it because I don't want to, I don't want to prostitute myself. But yeah, if you did enjoy it, you know what to do and where to go. You don't need me to tell you. Okay. Thank you very much. I will see you next time. Bye.